One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Vaught-Hemingway Stadium, home of the Ole Miss Rebels. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Ole Miss Rebels. 3A Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Rebels will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Alabama's offense will get first crack at it today. I know Bo Nix has the single-season completion record, but this guy may make a run for it if he has many more games like the last one, David.
It was crazy. I mean, it was interesting to watch, man. Just in a rhythm, not fooled, like just so confident, knew his answers to the test before the questions were even asked. And defensively, that presents a huge challenge. And Jesse, how do you want to attack him? Because something has to change after that last game inside.
Yeah, I think one of the big keys for him having that kind of day and that kind of accuracy was his offensive line gave him a lot of time to survey the field and throw darts. So if you're on defense here, you've got to find a way to disrupt his rhythm. You've got to be able to get pressure on him. You don't necessarily have to get him to the ground and sack him, but the ball has got to come out early. You cannot let him sit back there and give you a line.
In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all
turning it on! And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown Tide! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. So Ole Miss offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback and this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful, they wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jesse.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line to try and match that physicality. We'll see if they can get it done.
The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up, but he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
I like the quarterback making the decision quickly. I'm going to give it. I'm not going to throw the football off the RPO and just let my back get some positive yards. You're getting 5+ yards. That is a great job by the offense. Continue to stick with that.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Back to the ground with the running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. And the pressure was too much. They get it at the 15.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. To throw, it's Simpson. Makes the grab. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Well, great job making the tackle there. Now setting up 3rd down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You hear a lot of coaches talk about bend, don't break, and it's in these areas of the field down in your own goal line defensively where you want to just stiffen up. And they did a really nice job on 1st down, stopping the run. Here we go on 2nd. There's a good chance the offense tries to run it again.
Finds his big tight end. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Nice job by the defense, forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after
Sneaks it into the end zone.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
On the move from inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. This drive will open from the 15. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. There's not a lot more beautiful in football. The play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers, it freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Dropping back, it's Simmons. They're setting up the screen. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And the Rebels decide to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Looking to throw on first down. Slings it downfield. He makes a catch. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To playmaker, to spread it out, to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score. In this new age era.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Hard running there. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The transition from Nick Saban to Kalen DeBoer certainly gave growing pains to the Crimson Tide, and they're expecting progress in year 2.
It wasn't smooth. I mean, you expand the playoff, obviously, further, and they still don't make it, so a lot of upset Alabama fans, Jesse, but year 2, obviously, a chance to change that. More of his guys, more of his system.
Yeah, there were some bright spots a year ago in Kalen DeBoer's first season. Obviously, beating Georgia at home was a big one, but this is a team that definitely stumbled down the stretch, and you're right. This is a team that has expectations to compete for national championships. They have to take the next step this year.
The Crimson Tide snaps it from the red zone. He'll do it himself. Oh, he's got some space. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Looking to pass. It's Simpson. Caught in the backfield. It's Miller. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. Back's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! Great job by the back on the option. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
And you got to be so disciplined when you play the option. You got to keep your eyes on your guy. They lost track of the pitch man. The quarterback pitches it to him. He takes it in the house. Got to be a little bit more sound on defense.
They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. On the play. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looking to throw at Simmons. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Bama! Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. South Carolina steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Columbia a ton of confidence. Each week in the SEC, the tests are just so tough, and we found that out today again, guys, with another good team taking one on the chin.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for... And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. On the move, he fires. It's caught. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football. Finding open areas.
There he goes. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball in the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I know everyone's yelling, like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
Pulls it in. It's Wallace. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's dribbling. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Shotgun. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
And they get the third down stop. What a play by this defense. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on 4th down and 3. Tries to get it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Pulls and fires complete. Breaks into the open. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one matchup he wants, he is not afraid to pull the trigger, and he hits a big throw there.
Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Rams him with the stiff arm. Big play, takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
From the 47-yard line on 1st and 10. To the air, it's Simpson. Setting up the screen. And that one looks great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Hey, on offense, you got to know the play's over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys, you start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. When you used to be able to make that play years ago, you're not doing it here in big-time college football, though. Not good.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Hale. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. Coming off a season in which things really didn't go their way in conference play, and they'd love to get on a roll here this season.
Well, this is a team from a roster standpoint, though, that believes they're better on the field than they were a year ago. They made some additions through high school recruiting, through the portal, and they think that's going to be the difference, David.
Now they got to put it together, right? Now this is when it really works. When you get in conference play, it gets different. The familiarity within the league of all the coaches, and so this is really hard for them. But I'm interested to see what they can do and to see if they can bounce back.
Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success. Back to pass, it's Simmons. Grabbed in the middle, it's Lee. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection. The quarterback rode that RPO for a while, trying to make sure the defenders were wrong, and he took a big shot and couldn't quite connect.
And those RPOs make you wrong defensively regardless. Do I come up really fast and play the run, or do I stay back? Great job by the defense, understanding, seeing it, playing the pass really well.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Got the quick pass.
Nice job by the defense there on 3rd and long, just sitting back and keeping everything in front of them. They give up an easy completion, but because they were able to rally and make the tackle, now they set up 4th.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've got time, they've gotten the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Off the play fake on first down. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Well, the linebacker's playing zone coverage, and he's just watching the QB's eyes to see where he's going to go with the football, and the eyes take him to the ball. He's able to swat it away. Great play on defense.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Flips it out on the screen. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Alabama comes to the line on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the marker is Horton. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And on that third and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this third down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. The short hands. It's Bernard. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Caught over the middle. It's Horton. That should be the final play of the first half. This will likely be the last play of the half. And he's just going to spike it.
No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking for a man, it's Simpson. Catch in the middle, it's Miller. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A memorable first half of football so far today in Oxford. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Vaught Hemingway.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner goes down. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Offense in a bunch formation. Gives it on the option. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Stands in and takes the hit. And here's the 3rd interception of the night.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Gets it to him on the screen. Turning it on. Discards him with the stiff arm. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. The execution on that screen pass is one that will go in a coaching clinic.
Nice execution on the screen. Allow the rush to come upfield. Now I release, get the ball to the running back. I got my playmaker in space. Nice chunk yardage play right there by the offense.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Really, really good decision-making by the quarterback. Don't get greedy. Yes, I can make reads, and I can pull it, and I can throw it all over the yard. If I can take 10-plus yards and continue to do that and continue to be smart with my decision-making, this offense is going to be very difficult to stop.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Caught in the backfield, it's Horton. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And listen, I would feed this guy. Listen, I can run RPOs all I want, but I just need to know if it's a tie, give it to this guy. He'll make plays. He's got speed. He'll hit the hole. He's a physical runner, so I'd keep feeding this guy for sure.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Got it in the middle. It's Bernard. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Pressure coming. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Got it behind the line. It's dribbling. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Rebels are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Looking for a man. It's Simmons. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the first down? The Rebels will call on their punt team. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it up. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Got room to work. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big time pickup on that one.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy and let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Makes a grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, the ground game. Oh, he's got some space. He's at touchdown time. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Hauls it in at the 40. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll... him at the 47-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Motion from the back. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Looking for space, it's Young. Not much running room there, thanks. Senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. To the air, it's Simmons. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
Brings up second down.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Rides the back on the option to give. He's stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. It's been more like a nightmare. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's 3rd down now. They'll run play action. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. The Rebels line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Here we go.
They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period.
White 53.
We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Caught in the backfield, it's Young. There he goes. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Trying to make magic with his feet. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. He'll pull it on the read. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
Nice job there by the QB on the zone read because he's watching the D lineman and he knows he has to keep the football, and then he right away takes it upfield to get some positive yards.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And that's just a simple blitz by the middle linebacker, and he's able to win up front, sees the gap, he's able to beat his block and get to the QB.
The give as they work on that clock. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field of play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
He lets it fly. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The Rebels now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. From the gun, running back on the move. It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16. Now on 3rd and 10, if they can move the chains here, maybe they can get this drive started. Looking to throw, it's Grant. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Here comes that Alabama offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking for room. It's Washington. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down.
One back, baby, one back.
Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Got it!
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive, pedal to the metal.
Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. He'll keep it himself. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this. in this game. And all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
6 plays brought them here. Now number 7 on 3rd and goal. Under fire. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Grant. He wants a big play here late. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to...
Looking deep down the right side. And the ball falls to the ground, incomplete. The game is over, and that's just sort of how this one has gone. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coach...